This podcast is sponsored by The Generational Algorithm by Francisco Castillo. Discover how to rewrite the emotional code passed down through generations and transform your life. Get your copy today on Amazon at the link in the description.
Healing through generational trauma, stories of family resilience. Explore personal stories and resilience in healing from generational, ancestral, and family trauma. Learn how to break cycles and build new legacies. Stories that shape us, a chat about family and healing. You ever notice how some feelings or patterns just seem to echo through your family, no matter how hard you try to break free? Like a story that never quite leaves the room, even when everyone's working to change the narrative. That's the thing about personal stories and generational trauma. They sneak in through the cracks of our everyday lives, shaping how we see the world, and sometimes how we react to it. Let me tell you, understanding intergenerational trauma or ancestral trauma isn't just for therapists or those big academic studies. It's about real people, real families, and those unseen threads connecting us to our past. Think about it. Maybe your grandma or grandpa went through something tough and never talked about it. But somehow, the stress, fear, or pain they experienced found a way to pass down to you, like an invisible inheritance. Now, I love hearing personal stories about family trauma, not because it's easy to hear, but because they show this incredible thing called resilience. People have the power to break cycles, to build something new out of the old pain. One story that sticks with me is about a friend whose family history included a lot of hardship, addiction, loss, displacement. But instead of feeling trapped by it, they used that knowledge as a kind of superpower to heal themselves and their children. This is precisely why books like The Generational Algorithm exist. It's fascinating how this book breaks down the science and emotion behind inherited trauma and transgenerational trauma, explaining how our brains and bodies carry memories and emotions from previous generations. But more than that, it offers tools and insights for rewriting those patterns and creating healthier legacies. So what does that mean for someone like you or me? Well, recognizing the presence of multi-generational trauma encourages us to look at ourselves through a new lens. Like, okay, so maybe my reactions aren't just about me, but about what came before. How do I take that understanding and turn it into something positive? Here's a few things I find important in this whole conversation. Awareness. Sometimes just naming the trauma and understanding it exists in your family is a powerful first step. Compassion. Instead of blaming ourselves or others for behaviors or struggles, we learn to approach family stories and ourselves with kindness. Active healing. That can mean therapy, conversations with family, writing, or even practicing mindfulness and self-care, whatever helps reclaim your emotional well-being. Passing on new stories. The stories we tell our children and loved ones matter a lot. They shape identity and resilience for generations ahead. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the idea that trauma can stretch back generations. But there's hope. Real, living hope. And sometimes, that hope comes from small daily acts, choosing better communication, seeking support, and sharing stories honestly. Before I wrap up, if you want to explore more about how trauma affects families and how you can start reshaping your legacy, check out The Generational Algorithm. It really offers a fresh perspective on how emotional patterns get passed down, and better yet, how we can rewrite them. So next time a family story or emotion feels a little too familiar or heavy, remember, it's part of a bigger story, one that you have the power to transform.